So let's talk about risk and reward in neutral, right? So in that clip, as you can see, that I was poking with standing heavy punch, right? Standing heavy punch is a really good button. As you can see, it has a lot of range. It controls a lot of space, right? It has a lot of range. It's plus on block. If you get it from a tip, it's +2. But if you a little bit closer, it's +1. It's plus on block, right? So it's a really good button. The only thing is it has 19 frames of startup, and it's 38 total frames, right? 38 total frames that you're committed to this button, and you can't do anything else. You can't block, you can't anti-air, you can't do anything, right? So even though this button has a lot of range, it comes with a lot of risk due to how many frames it takes for it to start and to finish, right? Even though it's plus on block, you know what I mean? There is a lot of risk to this button, right? Look how slow it is, and it takes a lot to recover. So it's very weak to jumps, because the opponent can just jump over it, right? It's kind of like a fireball. And if you get this standing heavy punch jumped in on, you lose the fucking round. It sucks. You know what I mean? So how do you make the game less? I know when that stuff happens, it makes the game feel random, but there is a way for you to kind of like make the game feel less random, if that makes any sense, right? And the way you do that is, okay, you have this standing heavy punch, right? But you can also, while you're in that range, press light punch. You have to like work in fakes, like light buttons, to fake out, you know what I mean, to fake the opponent so you can be ready to anti-air. You know what I mean? You have to sometimes, like, even though you still want to be active in neutral, you don't want to just like wait around right for the anti-air, because you're susceptible to get dashed in on or something. But you can still cover space with light buttons. Now it doesn't cover as much space as like standing heavy punch, but it's still, you're still being active. If someone does something and gets in the range of this light punch, you can still check them. It serves a purpose while also keeping you safe, and it's less risk. Because if you take a look, this standing light punch is 16 total frames. It starts up in 4 and it recovers in 9. So this light punch total from start to finish is less frames than standing heavy punch's startup. That's significantly less risk if you throw this out and the opponent jumps, right? Because let's say he jumps, and let's say you see that? But if I would have went for standing hard punch right there, I would have got jumped in on. But because I did standing light punch, I got, it was a trade right there, but as you can see, I was still able to, hit him out of the air. Even though it was a trade, it was still something. I did get punished. I didn't lose a lot of damage, and, I kept him away from me. So you have to work this in, with your poking game. You have to work in fakes with your poking game if you feel the opponent might jump or he's jumped on you before, right? This makes the game feel less random. It gives you more control over the neutral and gives you more opportunities to keep, the neutral in your favor, right? Right? You can still poke, but, poke. Now, you're not going to be 100%. I did that on purpose. You're not going to be 100% with it. There is still like a random factor to it. But like I said, it just significantly lowers your risk. There's still going to be risk. You're not going to get it right all the time. But I'm going to try to do it late in the jump. I'm going to do it after he jumps. See, you're not going to be 100% with it. As you can see, look, I did it. I pressed the light punch even slightly after he jumped, and I was still able to anti-air. Now you can't do it too late because, as you can see, I still got hit a couple times. You can't do it too late into the jump, but even if you do it slightly after they jump, you still have time to anti-air. You see that? Now that was a trade, but I still anti-aired. I still got him off me. See, that was a little too late. As opposed to me just, you know, even if, like, you know, I did it before, that was still a counter hit. He hit me at my startup. That wasn't even my recovery frames, you know. So it's all about, you just got to work it into your game, you know what I mean, so you can improve your anti-air game to make the game feel less random. So this is a round from the very next game after losing that round, and I'm gonna apply the strategy of working in light buttons in neutral to lower my risk in neutral of getting jumped in on and make myself ready to anti-air. Okay, so let's see what happens. As you see, I'm still poking with standing heavy punch, but at some point I'm gonna work in a light button. Like when I get into that max distance of standing heavy punch, instead I'll press a jab, and I'll still be ready to anti-air. Right? Press the light punch, and I was able to anti-air. Let's see it one more time. See that? So I anti-aired him. I kept him off of me. I didn't take any damage, and you know, look at all this momentum I built up. Right? So it's all about lowering your risk in neutral. If you know the opponent is susceptible to jumping in on you, that means you have to take it upon yourself as a player to lower your risk in neutral, right? To make yourself more ready to anti-air. Sometimes you have to look for the anti-air, you know, to make yourself more ready, to make it feel less random, right? So let's watch it one more time. And now I'm completely in a driver's seat, right? You know, so it's all about lowering your risk depending on how your opponent plays, you know. So I hope this helped, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.